Hello, fellow Vikings. Did you know that the 72% of brave souls who set foot into the mountains for the first time never come back out? Alright, I made that up. But there's a reason it feels true. And today I'm going to show you how to beat those odds and master the mountains like a true Viking legend. After the dark, soggy misery of the swamp, the snowy peaks feel almost magical. But don't be fooled. Beauty can be treacherous, and these mountains are no exception. In this guide, we'll focus on what you actually need to survive, from icy winds to howling wolves, without leaning on cheesy tricks. We're keeping it grounded and practical throughout. And if you're curious about cheese tactics, I've got a few for you at the end. Now grab your cloak, fill your flask, and let's dive into Valheim's most beautiful and brutal biome, the mountains. It's no surprise. It's cold up here, really cold. And unless you're prepared, the freezing debuff turns the mountains into a slow, snowy grave. It might not kill you instantly, but don't let that fool you. Your health regeneration, gone. Your stamina recovery, crawling. Now picture this, you're climbing, tired, unprotected. A wolf sees you. A drake swoops overhead. You get hit. Once. No healing, no outrunning, no surviving. You can't fight, you can't flee. You just fade. Slowly, miserably into the snow. So unless you're some kind of Valheim speedrunner, and I assume you're not if you're watching this, you'll want to come prepared. Here's how. Craft a stack of Frost Resistance Mead and drink one every time you step into the mountains. At least until you unlock better options. The mead buys you time to explore, mine or fight, without the cold slowly chewing through your soul. Other essential preparations. Probably a no-brainer, but bring your best food and lean into stamina-heavy meals. Climbing, dodging and fighting will drain you faster than you think. In the end, stamina wins the fight, because even the biggest health bar means nothing if you can't dodge, block or strike back. Prepare plenty of health and stamina meats, and if you can afford it, tasty meat is a great bonus. Armor. As I've said before, pick the armor style you prefer, even though I'm a strong believer in light armor. Just don't forget to upgrade it before entering a new biome. Better safe than sorry. Weapons. Bring a solid mace, a strong shield, and at least one ranged option like a bow or spear, especially if you're confident using its ranged attack and don't mind chasing it when you miss. Pickaxe. You will need an iron pickaxe. Your trusty antler won't help here. The treasures of the mountains demand stronger tools. Horsepower. Choose wisely. Axe here for stamina or bone mass for survivability. I personally favor bone mass since I travel light. It saved my life more times than I can count. Extras. Ratatus potions are a great addition, if you've met the Bog Witch by now, and hopefully you have. And don't forget your trusty campfires. Also important, put your weapons away while climbing. Only put out your pickaxe if you need to hack out a staircase and catch your breath on a steep slope. Wishbone versus belt. Make sure your wishbone is equipped instead of the Menningyord belt when you're out scouting. It's the only way to find hidden silver veins without cheesing. Once you're done, you can always swap back to the belt for carrying your loot home. Part 2. Enemies of the mountains. Now, if the cold doesn't kill you, the locals just might. Attention! A new raid event might occur. After defeating Bone Mass, a new raid event becomes possible, and it's a nasty one. You are hunted. This isn't biome specific, it can happen anywhere, even far from the mountains. And it never shows up when you're ready. Expect it to hit while you're low on stamina, carrying silver, or already fighting something else. It spawns packs of wolves that will surround you fast. If you're not prepared, things can go south in seconds. So be vigilant and always keep an escape plan. A steep rock or high ground might be the only reason why you survive. General survival tip. When things get messy, use the terrain. Cliffs and caves can buy you a few seconds to heal, rethink, or just simply breathe. Stone golems. Stone golems might look invincible at first, but they are really not. With a good shield you can block their heavy strikes and smash them right back with a mace. If you get in trouble, they aren't able to climb steep cliffs and too bulky for narrow paths. By kiting them you can catch your breath and fight back when you feel ready again. And here's a fun fact, they're actually very vulnerable to pickaxes. If you are into the whole jumping on heads approach. Oh, and bonus tip, golems will fight pretty much everything nearby. Wolves, drakes, skeletons, so you can always turn their rage to your advantage. Fen rings, night only. You'll always hear fen rings before you see them. They are fast, dangerous and loud. And if they catch you off guard, it gets messy fast. It might help to know that they are weak to fire, so get those fire arrows out. Or use a campfire and lure them in if you can before they catch you. But honestly, the best tactic is to avoid them completely. Just sleep through the night if you can. Wolves. Wolves are fast, furious and yes, absolutely deadly without any specific weaknesses. Heavy armor helps, but if you're like me, light on armor and high on heart, dodging is your best friend. And be warned, 2-star wolves spawn at night, and you really don't want to run into one of those unless you are well prepared. Drakes. Drakes can be a real pain with their icy breath attacks. The trick is to dodge roll or sidestep out of the way, then shoot them down with fire or poison arrows. They are not too tough alone, but when they show up mid-fight, it might get to total chaos. Cultists, found in caves. Cultists are slow, but they hit hard with fire-based attacks, especially dangerous if you're wearing the root armor. Individually, they are manageable, but when they are packed into small spaces or paired with other enemies, they can absolutely overwhelm you. So fight smart and stay mobile. Wolves. Cave wolf creatures. Wolves are like regular wolves, only meaner, faster and much harder to predict. They'll dart in and tear you apart if you let them. Block their attacks first, then finish them off quickly before they get a rhythm going. Bats, found in caves. Bats are annoying, plain and simple. They don't do much damage, but they love to chip away at you. And when paired with wolves, they can mess up your armor and your focus real fast. So don't underestimate them just because they are small. You'll also find Draugr or skeletons hanging around ruined towers, often with spawners nearby. Part 3. Resources and Tactics. What you want to look for. Dragon eggs. These can be found in dragon nests scattered throughout the mountains. And yes, they also make a pretty epic decoration back at your base. But more importantly, you'll need 3 of them to summon the mountain boss later on. They're extremely heavy and can't be teleported with regular game settings. So here's the trick. Mark their locations on the map when you find them. But if you are lucky, you'll have enough near the boss altar. If not, well, get ready for a long haul. You'll need a boat and possibly a cart to get them where they need to go. Onion seeds. These can be found in chests inside abandoned structures like blockhouses and towers. Onions are a fantastic addition to your food game once you unlock the golden upgrade with silver, and they stay useful all the way through the Ashlands. Silver, key material for new armor, weapons and your next golden upgrade. Also, it's very wolf pelts and trophies. First priority, craft your wolf cape. You need a wolf trophy for that too. It is your ticket to passive cold resistance, freeing you from chugging Frost Resistance Mead unless you die, which hopefully won't happen after these tips. Pelts are also needed if you want to craft silver armor, or my personal favorite, the Fenris armor set. Dragon trophies. You need at least one to craft the Drake helmet, which not only looks awesome, but also offers a whopping 20 base armor without any speed penalty. Freeze glands. Used to craft frost arrows. Not super effective here in the mountains, but you'll need plenty later. They are also an important ingredient when crafting one of the most reliable weapons in Valheim, the Frostner, and another important one later down the road, but I don't want to spoil too much here about that. Just a heads up, besides freeze glands, you'll also need some Ymir flesh for the Frostner, which you can only buy from Haldor. Fenris hair. You'll need plenty of it if you're eyeing the Fenris armor set, and trust me, it's worth it. Every piece gives you plus 3% movement speed, and since there's no speed penalty, you're moving significantly faster than with most other armors. That makes it perfect for hit-and-run tactics, exploring, or just staying ahead of whatever's chasing you. Equip all 3 pieces and you unlock the full Fenris Blessing set bonus, fire resistance and a plus 15 boost to fist damage. While the unarmed bonus is more of a niche choice, the fire resistance is seriously valuable. Just as effective as a potion. It's enough to keep you from going up in flames during some of the more dangerous encounters you'll face further down the road. No need to chuck meat, just suit up and move like a beast. Cultist Trophy. If you're lucky enough to get one, make sure to hold on to at least one Cultist Trophy. Not only does it make a great decoration, especially paired with the Wraith Trophy, you'll also need one to craft the Fenris Hood if you decide to go that route. Obsidian. Look for those black rocks that barely stand out from regular stone. You'll need obsidian for your final workbench upgrade and for crafting frost arrows, poison arrows, and obsidian arrows. It's lightweight and stacks high, so whenever you spot it, gather as much as you can. It's surprisingly useful once you reach later biomes. Wolf Fangs and Fenris Claws. Wolf Fangs are mainly used for crafting the Fang Spear and the Wolf Armor legs. Beyond that, they don't have much purpose, at least not yet. Fenris Claws are used for crafting braziers and the unique unarmed weapon, the Flesh Rippers. The Flesh Rippers are a hot topic. Some players swear they're outstanding, others think they are garbage. I have no take on them because I've never tested to play with it. Maybe I should. Still, it's worth noting they're currently the only fist weapons in Valheim. Crystals, primarily used for building beautiful crystal walls or crafting Dverga lanterns later on. But there's also a weapon, the Crystal Battle Axe, a massive glowing two-handed axe. Whether it's worth crafting? In the end, it's a matter of personal preference and playstyle. Decide for yourself if you want to swing around a glowing axe like a true ice warrior. Mining tip. Always set a fire while mining silver. Stay rested or even get the resting buff while underneath a cliff or the mine itself. Dig out entire veins for that oh so satisfying pop. Travel tip. Always set up a portal nearby. If you're transporting silver, the cart helps. But mountains can and will laugh at your efforts. Enjoy a good snow ride. Cave tactics. Clear out anything that comes at you from open spaces when you enter. I like to clear one side after the other, but that's up to you. If possible, sneak attack sleeping wolves. Move carefully to avoid being attacked by multiple at once. Up your stamina carefully during cave fights and make sure your rested buff stays up all the time. If not, you can place a campfire to regain it. In trouble? Head back to the entrance. Often mobs can't get you there, or if they can, you still have the option to run out of the dungeon to catch your breath. Cultists gather in rooms behind closed doors most of the time. Often there are 2 or more of them. Beware their fire breath and fiery claw attack. Use staircases to your advantage. The Moder boss fight. Finding Moder. To summon Moder, you need to locate her altar using Vegvisir runestones. These are found in frost caves or tower ruins scattered across the mountains. Once you've marked the location, your next task is to gather 3 dragon eggs. As mentioned earlier, they are heavy, unstackable and non-teleportable. So let's hope you'll find 3 nearby the altar. If not, it's cart hauling and boat packing time. You can place the eggs into the altar one at a time. The fight won't begin until you activate it by selecting Make the Sacrifice. Preparation. Bring your best bow, plenty of arrows, and health and stamina potions. When it comes to arrows, effectiveness goes in this order: obsidian, fire, and poison arrows. Also bring your weapon of choice, ideally one that pairs well with the shield if you plan to go melee. Moder is immune to frost damage, so Frostner won't help here. A silver sword or an iron mace paired with a silver shield works well if you want to test your melee metal. Set up a small safe house with a portal near the altar. Depending on your weapon level and how long the fight takes, you may need to return for repairs or to restock arrows. A smart tip: Start the fight in the morning. If the battle drags into night, you could end up dealing with Fenrings, 2-star wolves, and other uninvited guests. And before triggering the boss, clear the area of all visible enemies. Trust me, you'll thank yourself later. The fight. Moda alternates between two phases, one airborne, one grounded. While flying, she uses a frost breath attack. Dodge roll, duck behind terrain, or just get out of the way. On the ground, she adds claw swipes to her frost breath combo. These can be dodged or blocked, but keep an eye on your stamina either way. Be aware, wolves, drakes, and even stone golems can crash the party. Try to lead Moda slightly away from common spawn points, but sometimes chaos just happens. While using ranged attacks only is safer, it can take a long time. So when she lands, go for melee. You're a Viking, you want to die fighting, right? Jokes aside, she's not too bad in close quarters. Give it a shot. Victory in tears. Once you've taken her down, your victory might feel a bit bittersweet. She cries out with a voice that almost sounds mournful. Poor Moda. But wipe those tears. She drops dragon tears, which unlock new crafting upgrade and recipes crucial for what's ahead. Congratulations, you've claimed the mountains and are now ready to conquer the plains. Part 5. Cheese tactics. Optional knowledge. You didn't hear those from me. The corpse run, Ike's scout trick. Want to scout a huge chunk of the mountains without even fighting? Here's how. Set up a portal at the edge of the mountains. Bring your portal mats, 10 wood for a quick workbench, and whatever else you might need. Type /die. Yep, that works in vanilla. Respawn at base, eat, get your rested buff, and then go back through the portal. Grab your tombstone to activate the corpse run buff. You now get 60 seconds of minus 75% stamina usage for running and jumping, plus 150 carry weight and a significant damage resistance. Now pop Ixier's power for unlimited stamina while the corpse run buff lasts. And run like the wind, explore, mark silver, find dragon nests, maybe even drop another portal when the buff wears off. No death penalty for a short while after dying means, yep, you can rinse and repeat. Scouting an entire mountain biome without fighting a single mob? Not very Viking, but very effective. Align your path with campfires and bonfires. That way you are only cold, not freezing, which can make all the difference. No wishbone, no pickaxe? Try using a stack breaker to smack the ground. If you see the message too hard, that's probably silver beneath the snow. Not the most reliable method, but some swear by it. Moda digging strategy. Dig a trench beneath the altar, set up a bonfire, and if you've done it right, you can shoot at her while staying safely out of reach. Moda terrain strategy. Use a hoe to raise the terrain, creating cover that blocks her frost breath entirely. Block spawning strategy. Use campfires or overlapping workbenches to prevent other mobs from spawning nearby. A little bonus, workbenches might even distract Moda long enough for you to heal or reposition. And last but not least, bonfires. Still one of the best oh crap strategies out there. Wolves and drakes hate fire, and sometimes dancing around a flame is the only thing keeping you from respawning in your skivvies. Use these tips if you want, or don't. True Vikings forged their own path, and that, my friends, is how you brave the beauty and the brutality of Valheim's mountains. You've climbed high, fought hard, and hopefully learned a few things that'll save you from a surprise wolf bite or a frost dragon ambush. But don't hang up your cloak just yet. Our next stop, the plains. Wild, open, and wind-blown lands filled with brand new threats and rewards. So if you found this guide useful, hit that like button, maybe subscribe so you don't miss the next part, and let me know down in the comments. What was your toughest moments in the mountains? Was it the wolves, the golems, or maybe just a good old gravity-assisted fall? Until next time, stay warm, stay prepared, and as always, stay legendary, Vikings.